Welcome back to Liberal Crime Squad, the Let's Play and tutorial. Last we left off, we bought a couple of 9mm and a bunch of clips for our main character, our founder, and our sidekick. We have some sweatshop workers doing volunteer activism to try and restore the reputation and confidence, and we have our guns, but we're completely out of money. And here's the thing, this money's going to keep going down because it costs food to feed our people. If we were, and I'm going to go forth into this menu, we're downtown in these apartments. These are nice apartments with nice secrecy, but we have to buy food here. We have to feed ourselves. Now, if I go down to the industrial district, this homeless shelter, they will feed us for us. And if we run out of food, everybody's going to get kicked out and have to go to the homeless shelter. So we need money, and fast. So what I'm going to do is hit A, activate liberals, and I'm going to say, okay, quit volunteering. I'm going to press Z to assign simple tasks in bulk. I'm going to say, I need to do some fundraising. So if I hit 3, illegal fundraising, which tends to be more lucrative, and I can kind of hit all the letters, and you can see that it suggests an activity for each character. Most of them are selling brownies. These are nice pot brownies. It's a pretty lucrative task. But Jasmine Wolf has been suggested for credit card fraud. That's electronic online credit card fraud. That's because Jasmine Wolf has some computer skills, probably from all those video games she's been playing. Who knew that you could learn to do credit card fraud just from playing violent video games? This is a violent video game. Well, anyway, yeah, so they might actually get arrested for that, and it's good money, but credit card fraud, on the other hand, since you're doing it at home, less likely to get caught by the police in the short term, but you could get start building up some heat in the long term. Actually, I have a better idea for what I want Jasmine Wolf to do, so I'm going to hit. So I'm not actually going to have her do any of this stuff. I'll leave her on credit card fraud for now, but she's going to do some go forth fundraising, actually. And I'm going to say now 2, legal fundraising. And I'm going to show you what it suggests for all these characters. Now, for Jasmine Wolf, it suggests she walks around and asks people for money. Not really useful unless the LCS is really popular. Yes, we made that major headline the other day, but that doesn't mean that we're popular. Now, Lena Stiver is suggested to sell art. That means she's going to go out and draw portrait sketches. It costs a bit of money for the materials, but she can go ahead and do so. But if she's any good with her art, and presumably she is, since it's suggested that, she'll make some money back. Now, for Pam, Gary, Rosalie, and Phoebe, they're really sweatshop workers who have been working on clothing. So they're suggested to make and sell tie-dye T-shirts. That's pretty good. They'll actually make some pretty good money since they actually have skill in tailoring. So I'm going to let them do legal fundraising since we're not going to get in too much trouble for that, unless we're wanted by the police. And Jasmine and Lena, I believe, are wanted by the police. So I'm going to say leave them off of it, which is okay. I'm just going to leave that as that is, and then I'm going to set these 4 people to go forth, and I'm going to tell them to actually go to downtown apartments and wait a day. And it's going to cancel their activities that I set in the activates thing because I sent the squad somewhere. And so they look around the apartment building. What we're going to try and do is, you can see down here we have these little dollar signs. That's loot inside those apartments. We have this pre-mapped out because we live here. Normally you wouldn't see the whole map. So I'm going to pick this lock. Oh, no luck. I'm going to try and force it. Bashed in the door. That's pretty good. We actually mashed in the door, even though all we have is some handguns. But that's going to cause some suspicion. And plus, even though we have security uniforms, we're in somebody's apartment. So now we're in the red for suspiciousness. But I can come over here, G is get loot, and so I grab this, and I move down, and I grab this, and that conservative panic means that the next conservative who sees us is likely to send up the alarm, and after that, people will start shooting. So I'm going to go into the E equipment, and you can see that I've picked up 2 cell phones that were just sitting inside the door here, and now we have a couple security guards. I'm going to try and move up away from them, but as they're suspicious, they see us. They see this really funky security uniform that I had Lena make herself. They're not sold. They send up the alarm cry. Now I run out. Uh-oh. Looks like our our sweatshop workers couldn't afford to buy the T-shirts and dyes that they needed to raise money for us. Now we have no money for food. We've abandoned the apartments. We're heading back to the homeless shelter for handouts. Oh boy, that's pretty bad. So what you'll see now is that we're no longer in the Mackenzie apartments. They're just marked safe house. Secrecy is up because there's less people there now. And if I go to the D industrial apartments, come back, now I'm at the homeless shelter, and our secrecy has dropped to just 5% because everybody's there. And the same is going to be true for C through F, our new sweatshop worker recruits, and they're all in the location of the shelter as well. So that sucks. So I know just what we can do to really make some money, and it's what I said we weren't going to do before. And that's we're going to set everybody to do some illegal fundraising. So let's wait a day. Now we're up to $73. So I don't want to give people too much trouble. We probably didn't get, they probably don't know we did that. So I'm going to set it back to our normal fundraising technique. And so I'm going to take the squad and I'm going to look at our equipment. And we don't have anything in our inventory. So wait, I'm a little confused. Oh, you know what? So what had happened is we picked up those cell phones, right? And we brought them back to the apartment. Then we abandoned the apartment. So the cell phones are actually in the downtown apartment. That's what happened. And what I really want to do is I want to take those to the pawn shop. So I'm going to move the squad back to Mackenzie Apartments. And they're going to just cruise back here. And I'm going to say we're going to cause trouble and go to the safe house. So I'm going to hit both. And so we're going to try and pick up something else. Well, couldn't pick that lock. Come in here. Bash in this door. I'm going to grab this. What is it? It's a TV. That's nice. And passed up the lawyer on the way out. I'm sure he was wondering what the heck we were doing. Uh-oh. So we're on our way out. We've been spotted. The alarm goes off. And now we've been stopped in the hallway by a hanging judge and a security guard. I can't just press up. That doesn't do anything. I have to hit evade if I want to run away, because they give this extra confirmation, this extra step, because if I just move, they're going to attack me. Now, the hanging judge is a particularly troublesome character. He's an arch-conservative. That means he's going to use some verbal attacks which are going to try and intimidate and convert our characters. He's going to debate politics with us, whereas the security guard's just going to take a shot at us. We're going to run away because we have no skill with these guns, and we don't really want to mess with this guy. So I'm going to hit V for evade, and then it's going to ask me which way. And by the way, you don't have to use WADX. I use arrow keys. Arrow keys are much cooler, and it doesn't say you can do those, but you can. You totally can. So I'm going to press up, and see, the hanging judge is going to debate the death penalty with Lena Stiver. Fortunately, Lena Stiver's pretty liberal, so she was going to remain strong. Security guard's going to shoot at her with a magnum. Wow, they're playing good cop, bad cop for sure. And I got away clean. Now we're going to see that I'm stopped by this janitor. These guys, they're not worried about it. There's a liberal here, two moderates, but it's the janitor, the conservative janitor, I have to worry about. So I'm actually going to cause some trouble, and I'm going to shoot at this guy because he's just a janitor. So we've hit him in the left arm. He's running away. Okay, so we got out of there, and we made the news because it wasn't the theft that really got it, or the breaking and entering an unlawful entry. It's the fact that we shot somebody. So we got out of there. We're pretty good, and now we're hanging out in our apartment, and we can go into the equipment menu, and we can say, aha, now we have all this stuff, TV, cell phone. And we're going to try and take this squad. We're going to say, B, go to the commercial center, and go to this pawn shop. And now I'm going to sell this stuff. And I'm going to go to sell something, and then I'm going to pawn all loot. I can press F and go to pawn selectively, but whatever. So I'm going to press X, dump back out of there. Pawn loot is shorter. It just sells all that junk that I don't need. So now I can go in there, and I can also pawn the clothes through pawn selectively if I want, but that's all good. So I'm out of time, so I'm going to stop off there. And so you can see that you can start stealing things and sell them off for loot. And then you can also have liberals who are each day making you money through their activation. So if I wait a day, you can see, ooh, money's going down pretty fast because they're buying supplies and stuff. Okay, I'm totally out of time, so